It is said that the first word foreigners learn when they come to Korea is Pali. Pali is a Korean phrase, and its a direct translation into English is hurry or quickly, meaning to get things done quickly. Korea's Pali culture is one of the characteristics of Korean society and refers to a culture that values getting things done quickly. This feature can be easily seen in everyday life. For example, in an elevator, the button has usually been damaged by repeatedly pressing the close button before the door closes. When ordering food at a restaurant, many Koreans ask questions about what food comes out the fastest, and then order that food according to their preference for speed. While walking down the street in a Korean city, you can see people crossing quickly when the red light changes at the crosswalk. There are many speculations about the origins of Pali culture, but one view is that it originated during Korea's modernization process. Since the 1960s, when the leader of the Korean military took power, Korea's military culture spread throughout society and achieved rapid economic growth. In this process, economic development was successful, and a culture that valued time and efficiency was formed throughout society. Another view is that it originated from Korea's traditional culture. Korea belongs to Confucian culture, and Confucian culture tends to value time and order. However, the reason why this view lacks weight is because in China, which has the same Confucian culture, there is no culture of Pali, but instead there is a Manmandi culture, an easygoing culture that does things slowly.
Pali culture has had many profound influences on Korean society. On the one hand, it is considered to have contributed to economic growth and social development. There is also a view that it has helped strengthen the competitiveness of Korean companies. On the other hand, the fast-paced culture is also producing side effects. For example, in order to quickly achieve a goal, people tend to neglect safety and rush to do things, which can lead to accidents.
Also, some point out that the stress of having to achieve a goal as quickly as possible and the peer pressure that comes from not achieving the goal can cause depression. Recently, critical views about Pali culture are gradually increasing in Korean society. Some Koreans have begun to pursue a more leisurely life, and there is public concern about the side effects of the Pali culture. These changes can be seen as showing cultural changes in Korean society, but the Pali culture of Koreans, which has become a lifestyle habit for a long time, will not be easily shifted.
Pali culture is one of the important characteristics of Korean society, and this culture has both positive and negative aspects. In the future, Korean society will have to make efforts to capitalize on the strengths of Pali culture and complement its weaknesses. Korea has the fastest internet speed in the world. Koreans' love for fast-paced culture is also evident in their internet speeds. The fact that Korea's internet speed is the fastest in the world can be seen as related to Korea's fast-paced Pali culture. Koreans value getting things done quickly, so they believe that faster internet speeds help them get things done more efficiently. Additionally, as an IT powerhouse, Korea actively uses the internet, and fast internet speeds further support this culture. Of course, other factors play a role in Korea's fast internet speeds. The government's active investment and competition among private companies have contributed to the rapid construction of internet infrastructure. In addition, despite the fact that Korea has a mountainous terrain, making it difficult to build a communication network, efforts have been made to overcome this. As a result of these efforts, Korea has the fastest internet speed in the world. This can be said to be a good example of Korea's fast-paced Pali culture and its status as an IT powerhouse. These days, Korea produces and exports weapons, and countries that import those weapons have been surprised at the speed at which they are produced and delivered locally, often before the delivery date. In general, countries that produce weapons usually deliver them 2 to 3 years behind the contracted delivery date, but Korea is set to deliver weapons well before the contracted date. This quick delivery time can be seen as a result of Korea's fast-paced Pali culture, the technological prowess of the defense industry, and the active support of the Korean government. Korea's defense industry began in the 1970s under North Korea's military threat and has continued to develop through steady technological development and government support. Currently, South Korea has the ability to independently produce a variety of weapons, including the K-9 self-propelled howitzer, K-2 tank, F-A-50, and KF-21 fighter jet. In addition, the weapons of Korea's defense industry are superior in price competitiveness and performance compared to other countries in the world. In the meantime, the Cold War had come to an end, and the main enemy of the Western world had faded. As Western countries reduced their defense spending, Western military factories almost stopped producing weapons. However, South Korea has developed its defense industry amid constant military threats from North Korea and is the only country other than the United States in the liberal democracy camp that has continued to develop and produce weapons. Korea's rapid increase in arms exports can be said to be an excellent example of the results of the combination of advanced manufacturing, electric equipment using cutting-edge semiconductors, and fast-paced Pali culture. Korea's representative industries include steel, shipbuilding, automobiles, semiconductors, information and communications, and cultural contents.
These industries all have global competitiveness. While these industries grew, the Korean economy also developed. Immediately after the Korean War, the economy of Korea, which had been one of the world's poorest countries, reached 10th place out of 200 countries around the world. Foreign media are also paying attention to Korea's defense industry. CNN reported that Korea had become a major leaguer in the defense industry, and Forbes noted that Korea has quietly become one of the world's largest arms suppliers. Reuters in the UK also reported that Korea is exploring ways to shift the focus of its defense industry from domestic demand to exports.
In this way, major media outlets in each country closely covered Korea's defense industry development strategy and arms export trends. Korea's defense industry has developed rapidly thanks to constant technological investment and improvement, and of course, the fast-paced Pali spirit. In this way, Korea's fast-paced Pali culture is widespread throughout all parts of Korean society, including the minds, bodies, and attitudes of Koreans. Thank you for watching the video, Korea's Pali, or Hurry culture, provided by History and Current Events. Gina, Lily, and Tony have contributed so far as narrators. Thank you.